Hello everyone, in this episode of ExcaliburCCGTV, we are taking a look at the September solicitations and the top 10 comics you should have on your list. Cue the store logo and the music. Thanks for pressing play. He's Randy. I'm Chris. We are here at Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we are here to talk about the new comics that are hitting shelves September 2013 from several of the major comic companies.
That's right.
Hey, before we get started, if you're new to watching our videos or a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that below. If you're on the go, there's a link in the description below where you can download the MP3, put it on your favorite portable device, and be off and running and listen to what we have to talk about. And this is going to be a longer video, so if you want to just skip ahead to particular things we're talking about, there's timestamps down below in the description, and right below the like button you can go to the whatever sections you want to listen to and forget the others, but we hope that you watch the entire thing.
Why would they want to skip?
Why would they want to skip? I mean, you know, skip around, come back and forth, but watch the whole thing. That's
right.
That's what we're here for.
Put us in the order you want us to be in.
That's right. It's your own playlist, baby.
That's right.
It's pretty awesome. Hey, there's a ton of stuff coming in September. This video isn't even going to cover everything, but this is some of the top stuff that you should check out, be informed of, and make a decision about soon, and add it to your pull list. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right in.
That's right. My big one that I'm looking forward to here, the Star Wars, not Star Wars, the Star Wars. It's an 8-issue miniseries from Dark Horse Comics that is going to be written by J.W. Rensler and drawn by Mike Mayhew. This is taking a look at George Lucas' 1974 first draft, his rough draft for the Star Wars movie, and it's taking that storyline. There's going to be a whole lot of differences, some similar names, some names that have changed, some things that are going to look the same, some that will look different. You know, one of the things I saw, they have a group or two different groups of people. There's one whose last name is Skywalker. We've all known the Skywalkers before. There's Luke Skywalker. One of the differences is he has a buddy whose name is Starkiller, and one of the Starkillers happens to be somebody named Anakin. So Anakin is not his father, but a friend there. So we have differences like that. Han Solo, everybody's favorite mercenary for hire, whatever you want to call him. He is a 6-foot-tall lizard. Yeah, differences, and they instead of lightsabers, you know, everybody carries around a laser sword, and so there are little things that they polished, they changed to put into the movie.
Okay.
Probably some things like why do we want to see a big lizard walking around? Let's get a human instead. It's a little cheaper to do something like that. But little differences that they're going to you're going to see, and it should make for a pretty good read. Rensler's probably not a name any of you are really familiar with unless you're diehard Star Wars fans. He is Lucasfilm's executive editor. So he's someone that's been very close to the vest there with George Lucas for a long time, that's stepping in to write this adaptation.
Cool.
So looks like a whole lot of fun. 8 issues. You get to see a little bit different telling of the Star Wars universe.
Very cool. And then the newer Star Wars series out by Brian Wood. Has been very popular as well. So
that's right.
This would be kind of cool to check out. See what it was like in its previous form.
Yeah.
Hey, coming out from DC, Forever Evil #1, Jeff Johns, David Finch. The villains take over the DC universe. And right now we're seeing with the release of the Trinity War that is just starting, we are seeing what's going on, but the events of Trinity War are going to lead right in to Forever Evil, and we're not even touching the tip of the iceberg with Forever Evil. This is going to be a 7-issue miniseries, but many, if not all, of the individual DC comic series that are out right now are going to have .1, .2, .3, some even .4 issues focusing on villains associated with those respective heroes. There's going to be like an extra 54 or extra 56.
There will be a total of 56 titles.
56 titles.
Some books will come out. Some books won't be coming out that month.
Okay.
They're like Animal Man won't be coming out that month
Okay.
with a Forever Evil issue, but Justice League will have 4 issues coming out dealing with that. So they've balanced the scale with what will be coming out, what won't be coming out.
Yeah.
It looks like some of what they're going to be doing here is they're going to have a lot of these issues focusing on these villains that you've seen recently in story arcs, and having the crime syndicate approach them and say, do you want to be part of us? And so it's the decisions throughout these books saying yes and no, who is going to be in this group. Other ones like Earth 2 has a Desaad issue that looks like it's kind of focusing more on an origin about where he's been or how he got to Earth, stuck on Earth. So not all of these will be tied in directly. Some of these are going to be focusing more on what's important to the backstory of the books that they're about.
Okay. Yeah. But Forever Evil, tons of extra issues as well. This is a 7-issue miniseries. Jeff Johns, David Finch. Let's see if David Finch can do 7 issues. We'll see. But this is the next big thing for DC Comics later on this year. So check it out.
And it's supposed to have a warning here. One hero that is greatly impacted by this.
Yes.
Hugely.
Yes.
So, I'll leave that one to a mystery for you. You can go type it in and Google it, find it if you want to, or you can wait to be shocked when you read it.
Definitely.
Next for me, Powerpuff Girls returns to IDW in September. Blossom, Buttercup, Bubbles, they are back, and they're going to be fighting Mojo Jojo, Mojo Jojo, and everybody else. This is going to be 5-issue series here. This is going to be, like he just said with Forever Evil, the tip of the iceberg with IDW, because they're going to be producing tons of series here over the next year of Cartoon Network cartoons. Some of the classic ones, Johnny
Test?
No, not Johnny Test. I just suddenly drew a blank. But Dexter's Laboratory. The one who was Elvis. Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo, Samurai Jack. Lots of the different characters you loved back then. Yeah. They're going to have them putting out these books here. So if you've been on board with IDW putting out regular show, Adventure Time, My Little Pony, the different books there that kind of harken back to different periods of people's childhood, here's another one for you. Should be fun.
You want to take the next one, or do you want me to? Because I know you're pretty excited about it.
Oh, yeah, I'll take the next one.
Okay.
Next up here...
Take the next two. I know you're excited about those.
Yeah. And the more and more I read about one of these, I'm getting even more excited here. We have, coming out from Image Comics, 2 really big #1s here in September. The first one is Sex Criminals. This right here is going to be Matt Fraction, and we're going to say Chip Zdarsky. Don't know how to say his name. He previously drew a series for Dark Horse Comics called Fierce. He hasn't done a whole lot else, but he's going to be the artist on this series. This is about two characters. I think it really starts out telling about the woman who, whenever she's intimate, she stops time. She finally finds someone else that whenever he's intimate, he stops time. They get together, they're intimate, time stops all around them. What do? They decide, let's rob banks. So, should be a fun series. It's supposed to be slightly humorous. They're saying if you like Bridesmaids, or there was some other comedy there, 40-Year-Old Virgin, this one might be something that appeals to you. So I don't, for me, Matt Fraction alone is going to be the big draw for this series.
Right.
The other one coming out is called Zero. That's it, Zero. It is written by Alice Cott. Alice Cott has done a couple of things for Image Comics that have been maybe sleepers, I'll call them. They got a lot of buzz, but I don't think they blew up. Change was one of his books, and the other one was Wild Heart or something, Wild at Heart. But his big praise came from just recently. He's about to finish up the story arc, but doing a story arc on DC Comics Suicide Squad. Yep. And this garnered huge praise. It was likened to Alan Moore's Swamp Thing and Grant Morrison's Animal Man with this type of storytelling he was doing. Well, what he's doing here, he's going to be telling the story about this agent, Edward Zero. He does whatever it takes to get the job done, no matter how brutal, how vengeful, how savage it is. He's going to get the job done. And he's going to take a look at different parts of his life. It could be past, present, future, doesn't matter. Different parts. It's going to be a one issue, standalone issue for each one, and so it's a perfect jumping on point for any issue that you pick up. It's going to be drawn by different artists. Each issue, different artists. So his thing is Cott wanted to tell a story that has not been told before here. He wanted to give us a good super spy espionage kind of story. And for me, the more and more I read about this book, I'm excited. The first issue, the art on that looks fantastic. If it was just this guy, I would have been happy with it. But they're going to be switching it up. I kind of like that because that gives a chance for some people that maybe we've never heard of, who are some talented artists, to come in and give us something a little new, and possibly, you know, make it big just from that. So this one right here, it's a definite go for me.
I'm gonna check both of them out. Sex Criminal seems like a sci-fi Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
And then Alice Cott, with what little I have been able to read of Suicide Squad, I've been impressed. I'm gonna check out Zero.
Yeah, definitely. Also should mention that there are some other number ones from Image Comics. One's called, I think,
Rat Queens.
Well, Rat Queens.
And we got Reality Check.
Reality Check. That's the other. Rat Queens. Be sure to keep the lookout for. We'll have a video that will be talking about that here sometime soon in the future. So new Image Comics coming out. So if that piques your interest with this Rat Queen comic, you can hear more about it then.
Exactly. Moving on, we've been talking about it in many of our videos, but now we're seeing it come to pass. We're seeing the Infinity event for Marvel Comics is hitting the shelves starting in August, and in September we see the effects of that with one new ongoing series, and there's also going to be 2 mini-series. The main thing though is the Mighty Avengers returns with Luke Cage leading the team. We got the Mighty Avengers by Al Ewing with art by Greg Land, and this is spinning out of the Infinity event. Thanos is attacking Earth. Luke Cage is called upon, pulled away from his family. He's got to get a team together to help fight Thanos and his armies and allies that are attacking Earth. And he brings all kinds of people to the team. We got Superior Spider-Man. We've got Spectrum, which is Monica Rambeau, who used to be Captain Marvel.
Photon also.
Photon also. So now she's going to be called Spectrum. We got the White Tiger. We got Power Man. We've got Ronin, and many others that will be joining Luke Cage to be a part of the Mighty Avengers to fight Thanos. On top of that, we got 2 mini-series that are going to hit as well. The first one's going to be Infinity the Hunt, #1 by Matt Kent, fan favorite writer, and art by Steven Sanders. The Hunt is going to be like a reinvention of the old Contest of Champions series that Marvel used to put out years ago, and it sees some of the top super-powered students from various schools all over the world come together to see who's the best of the best. We also have Infinity Heist, #1 by Frank Thierry with art by Al Barrio Nuevo, and that sees some of Iron Man's villains, part of his Rogues Gallery, team up together, led by Spy Master, to steal Stark Enterprises while Stark's away trying to fight the threat of the Builders off in the Marvel Universe. So we got Mighty Avengers, Infinity the Hunt, Infinity Heist, and these are what are coming out of the Infinity event that you may want to check out and add to your pull list.
The Frank Thierry, I should just mention, he writes fun stuff.
Yeah.
Really fun stuff. He's not what I would say. He doesn't write the deep, heavy, but it's fun. So that one should be a good one.
Yeah.
For me, I'm also going to go along the Marvel lines here. And I'm not going to take a long time on this. I just want to make mention of, because these are some established series, but they have new story arcs coming out here. Coming out, Superior Spider-Man #17. Why do you want to pick this one up? Well, this is the introduction or reintroduction, or however you want to say it, of the Spider-Man 2099. He is in present day. He might know something's up. He's going to be taking on Superior Spider-Man in this, so that'll be a fun one. Next up is also Savage Wolverine #9. This one I'm super excited about. This is Jock. I love Jock's art.
Yes.
His art has been phenomenal. We also get to see his writing this time. I'm not sure I've seen that before. So he's going to be doing both art and writing chores on the book. It's going to take Wolverine, and I think it's a futuristic kind of story where he's older, but he crash lands on an alien planet, and he's having to adapt to living on this alien planet, or being, his healing factor I don't think is working as it works exactly on Earth. So it's a little different tell. It's a sci-fi story. They've stressed that, and it looks like it may be a little different. I almost get a Vertigo, an old school Vertigo kind of feel out of this.
Yeah.
But I also want to make mention there's Thor, God of Thunder number 13 is a big one. They are bringing Melkish, the Accursed, the Dark Elf, one of his big foes, back, and it's Ron Garney's going to be joining Jason Aaron on the art chores. Looks beautiful with the preview art I've seen.
Cool. And that must be leading up to the next movie, because Malekith's supposed to be a part of that as well.
Is that Malekith?
So, yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So awesome. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Thor. Hey, next up is the next big mutant storyline throughout the Marvel Universe, and that is X-Men Battle of the Atom. We have X-Men Battle of the Atom #1 hitting the shelves, and we also have the continuing stories that'll be throughout the mutant titles that month. Battle of the Atom is by Brian Michael Bendis with art by Frank Chow, and we see Frank Chow. Yeah, I'll talk to him sometime and see how I pronounce his last name. But anyway, we've got this is the 50th anniversary event. We got X-Men from the past, present, and future all together, and this storyline is basically the storyline that will determine whether the all-new X-Men, the X-Men from the past,
or the original
X-Men that were transported in time to current day, whether or not they should stay or whether they should go back.
Right.
So we're gonna have this is the first part. We've got X-Men Battle of the Atom #1, and then it's continued. Part 2 is in All New X-Men. Part 3 is in X-Men. Part 4 is in Uncanny X-Men, and then Part 5 is in Wolverine and the X-Men. So this is just the first month of all that. So add that to your pull list. Check that out. There's some awesome looking Arthur Adams covers to several of these issues.
There really is. I will say with that, something happens. The original X-Men are at the heart of something happening that messes up time.
Okay.
That aggravates time. And future X-Men come to pass, say, you need to get back to where you're supposed to be now. And so it sees some of those original X-Men on the run. Some don't quite agree that they should go back. So
some are wanting to stay.
Some are wanting to go. Yeah, should they stay or should they go?
Should they go now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What else, man?
Yeah, I've got Avatar Comics is bringing out. This is their second. First, they gave us Kieran Gillen with a book, a pretty big name. Now, Jonathan Hickman is bringing out a book from Avatar Comics, a 6-issue series called God is Dead. Don't let the name fool you. Nothing sacrilegious here. This is a story about, in current times, so many people don't really believe in God or, their God of their culture anymore. Suddenly, these gods are coming back. They're coming back to this earth. They're going, what's going on here? I don't like this. Let's change things. Let's arrange things how we think they should be. Hey, you're Zeus, you take this area. You're Ra, you take this area. You're this, and they're divvying up the earth here. The humans don't like that, and they decide they're going to fight back against this. So, Jonathan Hickman, it's important to point out here, he gave us East of West, and he gave us Manhattan Projects.
Yes.
Both of these books are on fire. They are golden. Those first issues flew out of comic book shops everywhere.
Yes.
They are impossible to find for a reasonable price that you want to pay. And so this here is certainly going to happen again.
Yes.
With this. And Avatar does not do big print runs. So get on board with this book now or you're going to miss out. You're going to be coming up here. You're going to be crying. And I'm going to kick sand on you. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm telling you, and I've told you in the store, to start putting this on your list.
Yes.
This
Yes.
is one that you need to do that.
Yes, and even with the image stuff that you mentioned previously, Matt Fraction, very popular as well. So,
Well, I would say any of these event ones too,
Yes.
because Age of Ultron started out and you can still find some, and then suddenly you couldn't find other ones except for, and it goes on and on and on with this. So don't miss out on it.
yes, exactly. Next up, Archie Comics is traveling to a different realm than they've ever been a part of before, and we are talking about Afterlife with Archie.
That's right.
And that's written by Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa with art by...
Francisco Francavilla.
Yes, that's one of Randy's favorite artists. He had to say that.
Absolutely.
This is a new ongoing horror series in the Archie comic universe. It looks like it's going to be dealing with zombies and maybe other things. A part of the Afterlife is a new ongoing series.
Yeah.
What have you got to add? I mean, because that's really all I know about it. It's something totally different for them.
Sabrina, the teenage witch, has cast a spell wrong. Let zombie apocalypse loose, and she's trying to fix this spell while the rest of the Riverside gang is trying to, keep these zombies at bay. Some of them may have been turned into zombies. I don't know what's going on, but it's going to be awesome here. I'm totally psyched for this book, and Francavilla's art on it only makes it that much sweeter.
And as with previous Archie things, most of everything Archie is very age appropriate and friendly.
Right.
I don't know if they're taking a different twist with this. I don't think
No.
that they are. So even if you have younger kids that have a little edge to them and they want something that's kind of...
Well, you can't let them watch Walking Dead. You can let them read this.
Yes. What's next for you, bro?
Final on our list is from Valiant Comics. They are bringing back the Eternal Warrior.
Yes.
Greg Pak, who is currently writing Batman, Superman for DC Comics, is the person that is on board here on doing the writing, and he brings with him Trevor Hairsine on art. Trevor Hairsine has beautiful, beautiful art. Now, this book is going to focus on Gilad. I guess that's how you pronounce his name, Gilad. He is the eternal, the immortal warrior. He's lived forever. And one of the things that you see with him is he's loved and he's lost, and he's kind of a broken man because of this. But suddenly he finds that he has these children that have survived. And I don't know if they're like him, that they live forever, or what it is, but he may not see eye to eye. I don't know if he's going toe to toe with these kids, if he's having to teach them a lesson, or they just team up. I'm not sure, but it's going to be that's your basic storyline, and it will eventually get into other villains coming into that universe. But the art on this, the preview art, is beautiful.
Yes.
Art.
Yes, looks
really
great.
beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Conan with some of it, but then it has some modern day stuff going on as well. Valiant has been hot since it's come back.
Yes.
This is going to be another one of those books that you want to pick up here. You don't want to miss out on. And they said, I was not aware that Armstrong, from Archer and Armstrong, and the Eternal Warrior and Time Walker are brothers or something like that. And so they said, Greg Pak said, it's only a matter of time before we're going to see Time Walker back in Valiant Comics. So,
Okay.
So it's get chills here seeing this. It was a series people loved back then, coming back, and they're doing a great job of modernizing it.
They are. They've been very successful with that. Valiant is pretty hot right now.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's what we have. There are still tons more, and we still have the previews catalogs here available at the shop on the counter right beside where Chris hangs out. So be sure and pick it up, thumb through it. We've given you what we think are like some of the top stuff to check out, but there's still many, many other new and exciting things that will be hitting the shelves in September. So be sure and thumb through and check it out.
Yeah, like Batman Black and White.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, there's still tons of things.
Tons.
This would be an hour and a half or 2 hour show if we wanted to cover just about everything. So
Nobody wants it.
no, they won't stay on that long. We're going to wrap it up with this. So, hey guys, please subscribe, press like, share the video. We really appreciate it. Thanks for pressing play. We are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana. We also have our store in Texarkana, Texas. You can visit our website, www.ExcaliburCCG.com. And hey, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Anything else to add?
That's it.
That's it. Until next time, have a great one.